Good evening, folks. Welcome back to another episode of We Love the Language. Please press the bell icon to subscribe, like, and share with your friends, maximum as possible. We are at the last part of verbs. In fact, the third part of verb, third and final part. We had already learned action verb and linking verb. Today I am going to take you through the last 5 verbs. After all, verbs are words only, of auxiliary verbs. That's can, could, may, might, and must. I told you there are 23 auxiliary verbs, and out of 23 we covered 18 of them. See, grammar is something which is like an ocean. See, any language, any regional language for that matter, or any global language, country language, from the outset you feel it's a vast thing. It's like an ocean, as I told you, but it's not genuinely that so. English is the most popularly used language among people across the globe, and officially, when you are thriving forward in your career, this is the language which comes handy the most. Of course, the most spoken language among population, as you know, that is Chinese Mandarin. But Chinese Mandarin, unfortunately, we are not using in the offices. In fact, English is the language. So maybe with a pinch of salt, you have to accept the fact that it is slightly complicated, the grammar part of any language, because unless you learn the grammar, you can't master that language. When we are into tenses, today I am going to complete verbs, and maybe another 2 to 3 sessions I will take you through adverbs. After finishing adverbs, I will have this idea. It's the time my base audience would be in a state of mind, language wise, skill wise, in a position to switch on with the tenses. And you know, tenses are slightly complicated. It's the major part of the language. 3 tenses with 4 subdivisions each. So once you learn appropriately the tense, we can say that you can handle the language. There is no problem. So those things are going to happen in a few weeks from now. But today, as of now, we are into the last 5 auxiliary verbs. That's can, could, may, might, must. Could, may, might. These all 3 words are used to say something or to express something which is possible. Okay. Any word among these 3 words, any word can be substituted by the other word. Say, it could be true. What could be true? It could be true. Whatever. This it is a subject. It is something. It could be true. One is expressing his idea, her idea, opinion, that person opines that it could be true. See, instead of could, you can use may. It may be true. Might. It might be true. I think this is very simple to understand. Just pay attention for a second, for a minute. You will simply understand this. Another example sentence. The story could be genuine. The story could be genuine. Now here also this could be replaced by may or might. Okay, there is a slight difference. May, there is a slight possibility. When we say it may rain, you have probably 30 to 40% or maybe even below that level of accuracy. But when you say might, probably your accuracy is 50%. It might rain. So maybe the sky is dark or storm or maybe wind is blowing across. Climate wise, you feel it might rain. So when you say it might rain, you are 50% sure that it is going to rain. So I think the usage of could, may and might is clear to my audience. Next is can. Can means to be able, rather ability. Okay. So using may, you can make n number of sentences. May I come in? That's the most popular sentence, popular question among the students especially. May I come in, sir? May I come in? May I go? May I do it? Could be. It could be possible. It might be possible. So when you are not sure about something, when you are slightly sure about something but not very sure, you are not certain, in those cases these words are used only to express the possibility. Okay. Now the fourth word is can. Can, I told you, it's to show the ability. Say I can run fast. I can't run fast. So what is the past tense of can? Could. I could run faster than all my friends when I was younger. Today I am slightly old. When I was younger, I could run faster than all my friends. Rather, I could run faster than all my friends when I was younger. So the could is the past of can. When you are able to do something, I could dance well till 5 years ago. I could, but maybe not now. So anything you want to express, some of your ability, your efficiency, your smartness, your prowess. When you talk about the past, you can use could. very simple. Next is must. Must means it's showing a formal request or necessity. Must. When we use must, let us see here. You must go. There is no option given. There is no possibility. You must go. It is a necessity. You must finish your work. You must finish your work. It is again a necessity. It is a request, definitely, but it is a necessity that you need to finish it. You have to finish it. Okay. I think I must leave now. I think I must leave now. See, you might think again, when I say it is a necessity, then why this I think? You probably think, why? You can always say, you must leave now. Rather, when I put it in the first person singular, I must leave now. I think. These are all conversational language, communicative language. When you learn the basics, when you become thorough with the tenses, you will be using all these phrases, idioms, words in plenty. So having said that, let me conclude my today's part. We will switch on to adverbs in my next session. Adverbs will take probably 2 to 3 sessions if my idea is right. Then okay, let's finish it for today. See you next week, same day, same time. Till then, it's bye from Abai. Good night.